and we're gonna do a Nomad Chats episode. This is episode 2, and I'm gonna keep these going because it seems like you guys like this kind of content. So we're gonna jump right into it. I have my 12 questions here on my laptop that I'm gonna be asking Miss Aurora, and we're just gonna have a conversation. And I hope some of the information that is talked about here today is helpful for some of you all out there. And if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It really helps my channel. If you're not subscribed, join the family. Come on in. You're welcome here. And then also hit the notification bell if you want to stay tuned for more episodes like this. So let's just get into it. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
Let's get all comfy.
Yes.
So, first question, very obvious. What's your name? How old are you? And where are you from for the people?
Okay, so my name is Aurora. I'm originally from Italy, but I'm British as well, technically. And I've been living in so many places that I don't feel only that I'm Italian or British. I'm cosmopolitan.
She's like a global citizen. Like once you start
Yes.
traveling enough and being so many places, you're like,
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm
Exactly.
all messed up. I'm all messed up.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I know my age though. I'm 18.
Really? I was like, what? She's lying, guys. She's lying. Tell them the truth.
I'm 33 this month.
33.
This month. I want to just a happy birthday.
We're in the 30s club. 30s club.
Yeah.
But
What? There was another question? No.
no, that was it. Aurora,
Yeah.
33,
Yeah.
originally from Italy.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question: where did you live before moving abroad or starting your journey moving abroad? Especially because you've been to so many different countries.
Yes,
So
yeah.
where did it kind of begin? And like what places? What?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait a second.
You guys, the camera fell.
Yes.
Give us 1 moment for technical difficulties.
Sorry. Oh my god, do this.
This type of thing happens when you're on live stream,
Absolutely.
you know? You can't really control. You guys are seeing it live, unedited, uncut.
Yep.
Cameras are falling.
Unfortunately, they are falling. How dare
Take
they?
this moment to have a...
Because I
sip of
think
my
I'm
drink.
moving too much. That's it. Hi, I'm Italian. You know, whatever.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. So,
Yeah, where did you live before moving abroad?
in UK for more than 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And before that, I was living without any order. I was living in Australia for 1 year, in Ireland for 1 year, in Italy, of course. What am I missing? UK.
Thailand now.
Thailand, yes. I'm missing one. Oh.
It's gonna pop back in your head at some point during this interview.
Yeah.
But even that is amazing. Like, she's already named 5 countries that she's been to, and she's only 33. I think that is amazing. I'm similar where I want to visit a lot more countries before, you know, it's time for me to clock out. But I think that's really awesome. Out of those countries that you lived in, would you say Thailand is your favorite? Or do you have a favorite? Some people don't really have favorites, I guess.
Right now, yes, it's my favorite. Right now, like the aurora that is here right now, that is
You're
my
enjoying
favorite.
it. You're
yes.
in the moment. Yeah.
But when I lived in Australia for like 1 year with my working holiday visa, and I was so young, I was 21. I loved that too. I loved it. I didn't want to leave the continent in general. Loved it.
I also think depending on your age,
Yes.
like different cities are like more fun, you know?
Yes.
So maybe at that time period in your life, you're like, I love that, but now you're in a different place and you're
Exactly.
like loving it here.
I had different priorities, different like mindset, different lifestyle. So, I mean, even France. Did I mention France?
I think that's the one I forgot. I told you, it's gonna pop back up.
Even France, it was really nice. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, it was really nice. Yeah.
Okay. So you're originally from Italy. What inspires you to move abroad? That's like a big deal for a lot of people to actually leave the country they're originally from.
Yeah. Well, Italians people, they don't usually leave their countries that often. But
Why do you think that is?
because we are very attached to the families, we are very attached like to
The land and everything
the
like that.
land, yes, even like the culture, the society that wants you to marry some study, of course, I find a good job, but marry someone like and create a family.
Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared for that
Yeah.
at all. So when I was 19, I moved. The first time I was literally 19, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah, like do something else.
Yes.
Because you're not like ready. Like even to me, 19, anything with a teen, to me, you're still a child. So
Yeah.
even though technically you can work, you can join an army or something, it's
Yeah.
like you're really still not cognitively like prepared to
Yeah.
deal with like what the world really puts on us. And
Absolutely.
as someone who I also traveled a lot, it was more so like in my mid-20s, like once I got out of college, then I started to want to go abroad. I went to like the Dominican Republic before, and that was kind of close to the States, so that was like me like dipping my toe in the water.
Yes.
But I would recommend people like out there, especially like when you're young, like go travel. Like
Yes.
take your time, have fun, learn about yourself, explore, because like if I could, I would go back and start traveling around like 19 or something.
Honestly,
around that time.
Well, I haven't finished university, for example, so that was a risk that I took. But yeah, definitely travel, explore like new countries, explore new cultures, like immerse yourself in a culture is so important.
You saying that you didn't finish university is actually quite interesting to me, because I've always wondered, I'm like, do you feel like you missed out on anything? Do you feel
No.
like you wish you should have went back? Because a lot of people just feel like, oh, you have to go to university, and for some economic reasons I can understand that, but sometimes when I meet people who say either they didn't go or they didn't finish, they're still living a pretty decent life.
Yeah.
Like they have it going on. So I'm like, do you feel like you ever missed out because you didn't finish school?
No, not really. I find it difficult sometimes, like to still these days to not find a job, like but just to put myself out there in the game and say, oh yeah, no, I don't have like a bachelor degrees at the moment, but I have like billions of certifications, courses,
life experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I changed jobs so many times, and I think it's just if you know how to put yourself out there, I feel like more. And
I think maybe if you want like a specific kind of job, like obviously if you want to be a doctor,
Yeah,
then like
lawyer,
you need to go to school, but for a lot of us, especially creative people, a lot of content creators, she's a content creator as well, guys, so I'm gonna make sure that her channel is linked to this video. You guys go and subscribe to Miss Aurora. Her content is great. She does awesome shorts, and I like watching her shorts.
Fantastic, thank you.
But anyway, content creators, we are like creative people, and I'm like, I went to school for business, like, and I did work, corporate and stuff, but realistically I'm like, I just want to like make art and make videos and like talk to people, and then I'm like, did I really need to spend all that money to go to school for business and then end up not even like doing business? But then technically I'm like, content creation is kind of a business of its own. You kind of have to know how to like run it, how to keep things organized. So I guess the skills work out, but sometimes I do think like, wait, you spend too much money for something that like you're not even using that much.
Funny story, I used to work as a content strategist, and not even like with a bachelor degrees, like I literally started from the very bottom with a corporate job, and I just like after 3 years they promoted me, and like I'm like on the title I'm content strategist right now, and like
that's awesome. That's amazing. I think experience takes you way farther than education sometimes, because you can learn something, and if you don't apply it, you'll probably forget it anyway. Like I learned Chinese all through college, and like I'm literally going back and learning again, because I'm like, I'm not using it. It's like leaving my brain, I'm like, you gotta use it in order not to lose it. So let me see. Question number 4. What were your non-negotiables when choosing to live abroad? So for example, one of my non-negotiables is that I wanted to live somewhere that had a balcony. Obviously that's not like a big issue in Thailand, because most places do, but I was like, no, I'm not living anywhere that I can't step outside and be outside in my home. So for you, what would that?
So for example, for this particular move, I thought about I want a very peace and quiet place. I don't want to be surrounded by like loud traffic and stuff like that, especially because I was living in London for 10 years and I was super loud, super like busy, and I thought I'm gonna move here. Absolutely, I decided to move here after 2 days that I arrived here. So yeah, that's
she's like, that's it, I'm staying. Where's my condo?
Exactly, saying it, that's it. But definitely I decided to stay outside Bangkok for a reason. This is perfect for me. It's a peaceful and quiet place for sure. Also because I love immersing myself in the culture. So I want a mix. I actually wanted a mix, and then I found a mix here. There is like half people are expats and half people are local people, and I love both.
A good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you guys out there, we are in the Notanburi
Notanburi,
neighborhood.
yes.
It's about, I would say, 30 minutes outside of like the city center.
Yes.
So I would compare this to kind of like the suburbs, kind of like in the center of Bangkok, or even my home, which is a lot closer to central. It can be quite loud. There is a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people, and there's a lot of tourists. So sometimes it can benefit you if you want like a more chill vibe or like local vibe to get a little bit outside of the city. They have an amazing river view here. Like, it is an awesome property. I actually somewhat, I won't say I regret, but I'm like, you know, if I knew what I do now, I may have moved to this building instead of where I live.
Are you still in time?
Yeah, I'm still having a great time in Thailand. So let me see. A non-negotiable for you, you said, was you just wanted somewhere that was more of a mix of local people and expats. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Where I live right now, like, it's just local people. Like, it's mainly just local people. So sometimes I was like, oh, I wish I was a little bit closer to the expat communities and stuff. But you guys are just a taxi ride away anyway. Like, transportation in Bangkok is so easy, regardless of like your vibe or where you decide you want to live. Like, you can find whatever vibe you want here. Like, I used to live up in Isan at one point.
Okay.
Like, up like in Bunkan, which is like more like rural, like the country. Like, it's very close to Laos.
Wow.
And that's when I first came to Thailand, because I'm a very private person. I prefer nature, outdoors, quiet. So I was like, you guys can send me up there, because I was working at that point.
Okay.
And then after being there, I was like, whoa, I realized I'm the type of person, I need a little bit more balance. Like, I need to be able to go into the city, but I also need to be able to get away from the city and have access to everything.
I thought about that. I thought like to move to the north of Thailand, like
or Chiang Mai.
Yeah, Chiang Mai,
that would be
exactly.
amazing. Yeah.
But I did my research. There weren't a lot of expats, and like I mean, like
it can get very lonely.
Yes,
I had times where like I only spoke mainly like with friends and stuff, just on the phone. Like, it wasn't many times like, oh, I'm gonna go out and have dinner with friends. If it wasn't like work colleagues or something, it's like extremely local, and if we couldn't communicate, it became a little lonely sometimes.
Exactly. No, I'm a very sociable person. I need to speak like with people like daily. Yeah.
So before we keep going with the questions, I'm trying to see if I can pull up the chat. Because we got some people in the chat right now.
Yeah. Oh!
Alright, so I'm gonna mute her. Let's look what these folks are saying. Cigarello Slim, what's up? Thanks for always supporting my channel and joining the live today. I wasn't sure if I was going to get some of my US people to join, because it's kind of late. It's like past 1 a.m. in the US for y'all, but I got my night owls in here. Haris says, what's up? What's bro yapping about? I think that's one of the trolls. Cigarello Slim says, moving to different countries. This girl has been to 6 different countries.
50. I've been traveling to 50 though. 50.
You're gonna travel to 50?
No, I traveled to 50.
Oh, she traveled to 50 countries but lived in 6 countries.
Yes.
Like, that's even better.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, 50. Traveled to 50 countries, lived in 6. That is awesome. Let's see. Marky Mark says, I don't know. Some people are in here being weird. I'm going to have to get a moderator at some point to kick you guys out. Liam Jones says,
I can't hear anything.
Basically, they're saying you look good. Just say thank you. Thanks, Liam. Yes, she's Italian.
Yeah, I am.
Why are you guys being weird? Okay, so ignore the chat. We're going back to our questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys were weird yesterday when I did the chat too. I don't know what's going on with you guys. Okay, question number 5. What did your career look like pre-moving abroad and after post?
So I was like a content strategist, as I said. Before that, I changed so many jobs. I was nanny for 11 years, assistant teacher, a dog trainer, behaviorist.
I can see you doing that.
I
seem like you like animals.
I loved it. I did that full time when I was in Ireland. Actually, I loved it.
How was it working in Ireland?
No, great.
Really? Is it not good pay?
Well, no, it was good pay, but it was a very, very, very expensive city. Where I was in Dublin, and it was very, very, very expensive. And I didn't like I don't know the culture, but I didn't like the environment. It was very depressing, and after, even if I had the best job that I could ever ask for, I literally studied for that, and I became a top behaviorist. I couldn't do that. There was like no social life. The weather was horrible, disgusting.
It's like cloudy all the time.
Cloudy, raining, windy, super windy. Like no. So yeah, after 1 year I moved because I couldn't do it anymore. But it was the best job ever. Don't behaviorist, yes.
So as much as you're open to tell us, what is working looking like for you now, or like going forward in the future?
I'm torn between like moving as content creator full time. That I think is my dream jobs at the moment. On the other side, since I was crazy enough to leave everything with no jobs, no income, you know, like, and came here like with no plans at all, like I might need at one point to find like a job. Yeah. So I don't know yet.
A lot of expats are content creators, so I will be transparent about that because it's easy to see like, oh, all these people are moving abroad and they're making content. A lot of us have to make content because the jobs are limited depending on what country you're in, and you have to really take some time to find what works best for you when it comes to like being in the workforce. But a lot of people tend to depend on making content so that they can support their lifestyles and traveling and living abroad. So keep that in mind. If you do want to move out of the country, I would recommend being a content creator because at the end of the day, the knowledge is just so valuable. Like there's so many people who want this information. There's so many people who've never even left their own home country, and maybe they don't know how, or maybe they think it's really difficult. So seeing more people sharing their stories, like the Nomad chats I'm doing, I think it'll help people. Let me see. Number 6. So we're about halfway through the questions. What does a great day look like for you living abroad? Like living your best day. What does that look like in Thailand?
Waking up, like taking care of myself physically, so going to the gym, eat well, going meet the locals. I'm not gonna lie, I usually do, I go there and meet the locals. I'm trying to learn Thai as well, but I just moved here. It's super, it takes a lot of time, and I'm not wonderful and good at languages either, so like my brain is very lazy, so I need
well, Thai is not the easiest language to learn, but you know, thank God for Google Translate, because that has saved my life so many times. And a lot of people talk about that. They're like, oh, you live abroad, like how do you communicate with everyone? I'm like, Google. Google. If you have a phone, we all have access to it, hopefully, if you have, you know, Wi-Fi or something, but Google, get your answers.
True.
So basically, it sounds like a perfect day in your life is like chill, like meeting the locals.
Yes, basically,
care of yourself.
Yes.
How does that differ from like what would be an amazing day back in, like, let's say London?
I couldn't do any of that. Like any, I didn't have time for myself. I didn't have time to think. I didn't have time for. I was just like
talking to locals.
Talking with locals, of course. Like no, zero. It was just work.
Yep. Very similar, I would say, for like my life in America. It was like majority of my time was just spent working, focusing on working, making money, and paying bills.
Yes.
And then coming to Thailand, like I really slowed down. I'm like, oh, I can actually focus on doing Pilates or getting up and doing yoga. I started reading again. Like I wasn't even reading. I love reading books, but I didn't have time, honestly, you know? But now here, I'm like, I actually slow down. I can take the time to like actually take better care of myself.
Yes. I love that.
It's pretty interesting. You're like, oh, a perfect day. It's just like literally just enjoying your life. You don't even have to go to a temple or go on some tour or do some extravagant thing. I'm like,
I love simple things in general. Like I'm really happy with simple things. Like again, like going to the gym. I hated going to the gym when I was back in London. I hated it. I was so depressed. It was just here mentally. There it was like you're not going there. Now whatever. Now here I love it.
You enjoy it.
I do. I
need to go to the gym. Like I need to. I usually do like workouts in my condo because I'm so nervous like working out around people. I don't know, but like you said, like once you start doing it, I feel like it'll just become.
I think when you're like well here, everything else it's fine. It's fine.
Like,
but even
looking at me.
No, it's so good.
You're probably not even doing it right. Like pull-ups and stuff. But yeah, maybe I'll get in the gym. I need to get in the gym.
You can come here with a Pilates.
With a friend. Do it together.
We have a Pilates studio here in Istanbul.
Which is so awesome. The amenities that they have in Thailand are crazy. Like, most of the time, like out west, like when you pay or rent somewhere, like you're really just getting like a shell, you know?
Yes.
And I'm like, here, I'm like, it comes with all the furniture, everything's furnished, it has all these amenities, pools, Pilates rooms, working spaces that you can take advantage of all of this. So that's one of my favorite things about living in Thailand, actually. The amenities.
Like, funny story, the wall rent of this year, it was 2 months rent in London. The whole year.
Yeah.
2 freaking months.
And then you don't even get
nothing.
anything.
We didn't have a gym, we didn't have a Pilates studio, we didn't have 3 pools. Like,
you didn't have a 7-Eleven? Like, you didn't have anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Crazy.
So what changes have you made personally since moving abroad?
Like this time, like, or in general?
Just this, I guess this time, moving to Thailand, have you made any personal changes?
mentally.
Yeah.
I'm so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. And I actually enjoy, like you say, like living a very slow life. Yeah, mentally I'm better.
Yeah, do you think that's because of less stress based on like I have less bills, the food is healthier, I have access to transportation.
People are nicer here as well.
People are nice.
Weather is so much better. Not now because we have like this whole for like hair quality, whatever. But it's so much better. I can see the sun every day. The sunsets every day. I literally take the moment to see the sunset every single day.
That's gotta do great for your mental for sure.
Yes.
I need to get outside a little bit more because what I typically do is I'll go and I'll chill on my like balcony for a little bit. Yeah. Do you call that a balcony or a patio?
No, a balcony.
A balcony?
Yeah. The patio for me is the one that you have in the garden, technically.
Oh, okay. I never know the difference.
No, I don't know. You're asking me.
Yeah. But I'll just sit out there and chill. But I'm like, now I take the time to like go up to the rooftop and I'll walk because we have like a track on our rooftop and I'll just walk laps around the roof and just like look at the like city scene and everything. And I'm like, just having access to that, even though it's like I want to do it more often, I'm like, just the fact that I have access to go do that, where I'm like, a lot of people, think about people work from home too, like they don't really get out like that or get a lot of sun, and it really does help your mental space to do that every day if you can. Yeah. Okay, so if interested, what is your dating life like now that you live in Thailand?
Interesting and confusing and nothing exciting, let's say. I actually, this is my first time dating like the Asian culture, Asian people, and I think because of the languages barrier, like it's not that great, and there is no flirting game. Actually, there is no game at all. So after a while, I get really bored.
I know what you mean by that. I know exactly what you mean.
So that's okay. We obviously has as an expert is more fun. Yeah. But it's too much fun from the opposite sex. So it's like, what are we doing here? Like, and so it's.
I think dating for expats especially looks different for men and for women.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I want to definitely have a group conversation about that at some point. But I'm like, when people ask these questions, I'm like, most of the information I see is about men coming here to date. I'm like, I need more women to speak out about their experience. I appreciate you being like honest about it. Because I'm like, sometimes like the language barrier can be a big issue, especially when like you want to flirt or do different things, and then you have different cultural expectations as well. Like I had like we obviously know that PDA is like a no-no, public display of affection. Like nobody's out here really like kissing and hugging and doing anything like that. But yeah, I had a Thai friend tell me like, Thai people don't like to cuddle, and I'm like,
I haven't seen any of them actually doing any of that.
But it makes me think, I'm like, maybe they do this at home, but it's just not appropriate to do out and about.
I hope so.
To generalize it, like they don't cuddle. I'm like, how do you not cuddle? Like somebody's out there cuddling right now. Like, watching Netflix or something right now. Yeah. All right, so basically not that interesting dating life at the moment.
No, exactly.
At the
moment. Let's see.
Do you see yourself moving back to your home country? Why or why not?
Which one? Italy or UK?
Italy.
No. UK? No way.
Yeah, you're like neither one. It doesn't matter which one.
Matter.
Neither one.
No.
Do you think it's just like you wouldn't want to move to a Western country?
I don't know yet.
Because I feel like they have a lot of the similar issues, like with the work-life balance.
Yeah.
And it
yeah,
seems like it's a little better out east.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Right now, I literally don't know. Like
right now, you're just like, I'm not really interested in moving, but in the future,
not.
maybe you would move back.
Seriously, I'm speechless right now, which is like surprisingly for me, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
Because maybe the only things that I'm going to miss after a while is the over there. They're like, how can I say that? Not advanced. I don't want to say advanced because it's not the right word, but it's like more
modern. Is that the word?
Kind of like a more like quicker on doing
faster
things.
Pace.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, faster.
Not like
pace, yeah.
not faster like obviously obsessed about like you know, making money, stuff like that. No, not that. Like just like I think bureaucracy stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm trying to.
I kind of get what you're saying. Like there's some things that just run a little bit smoother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes,
you know, every country has its positives and negatives, you know, but I can understand like there are some things that can get done faster.
Exactly.
You know,
Only that. Only that.
I can see that. Yeah. Like even for example, at some point I'm gonna have to renew my passport.
Exactly.
I'll probably go home to do that. You know, but as far as saying like, do you think you would move back and like live there? You can't really see it.
No, I don't think
If you can maintain a lifestyle abroad, you're like, I don't see why I would go back.
No, absolutely no. Maybe if like there is a very good job offer, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a very good one where there is life-work balance. Because from now on, I'm just looking for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If there is even like they want to give you 5 million per month, I don't. But you know that you need to work for like 70 hours per day.
Exactly.
No,
it's like you're making all this money, but when do you even get time to go like enjoy
absolutely,
it? Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
All right, let me see. We're on number 10 out of 12. If speaking to your younger self, would you recommend this lifestyle earlier? We kind of talked about that.
I can't do that earlier than 19, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
illegal. You could.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 18. You could have 18. I'm out of here.
Yeah. No, 18 I finished school, so it's impossible.
Well,
so yeah, that's okay. I'm happy. Like if I need to talk with my younger myself, I'm gonna say to her that.
Or how about since you did it at such a young age? What would you tell like another person at that age? Would you tell them the same thing? Like, yeah, you should get out there and do it.
Try.
Yeah.
Literally, try, jump. Not out of the window, but just jump.
Yeah, see what happens. I always say the worst that can happen is you'll probably have to go home.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'll probably have to go home if it doesn't work out. Okay, since moving abroad, can you see yourself living here long term, or do you plan on living in other countries? And if so, what other country would you want to live in?
So I'm gonna stay here 1 year for sure because I signed the lease for 1 year. So no doubt on that. If I'm going to learn and speak Thai, I don't want to say fluently in 1 year because that's
hard.
That's very hard.
Yeah.
But at least kind of like kind of have like a normal basic conversation with the locals. From now to 1 year, I might want to stay literally longer. I'm not gonna lie. And where I want, so before to come here, I was in Jamaica for 2 months, and I loved Jamaica, loved it, and I was actually.
Well, you basically lived there. I don't know how long qualifies someone to live somewhere, but I feel like 2 months.
6 months, I guess.
Okay, maybe half a year, I guess. Yeah.
I really wanted to move there. Obviously because it's quite expensive. So like the culture is really, really different for not my culture, but for my ideologies. Like. So it was, okay. I don't know if one day I actually want to try to
live in Jamaica. I think that would be awesome. If you do,
know.
invite me because I still haven't been to Jamaica and I want to.
Oh my goodness,
girl! I missed it. Some people in my family went on a trip to Jamaica and I had to work.
Yeah.
So that's usually what it came down to. Let me see.
So let's see. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see what the future holds.
Exactly. Let's see if I'm becoming rich enough to go back there.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people interested in living this kind of lifestyle, nomadic, traveling, living in different countries? What advice do you have to those people who are out there probably watching and being like, man, I need to go do that?
Okay. The younger myself would say just do it. Like, don't think about it, any consequences. Now that I'm 33, I'm thinking about just to have some savings. That's like
Savings, yeah.
because it's not easy.
Which is difficult when you're young too, because a lot of people don't just start
No, of
off with
course,
savings.
exactly. But I couldn't do this kind of like lifestyle if I hadn't had
savings. Yeah. So part of it, the aspect is like, well, you do kind of have to work to even have some savings to even attempt to live this kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
I would even go as far to telling my high school version of myself, because when I was in high school, I was working. I know that's not the case for everybody, but if I could go back and tell her, I would be like, hey, maybe try and save some of that money up because you're gonna be traveling. It's gonna cost money.
Same.
So much stuff I've wasted money on in my 20s. Like, I'm like, man, I wish I would have just kept that money and just went to Jamaica.
Same.
Well, that was my last question for you. I'll see if there's any interesting things in the chats.
Yeah.
It's late night, so I guess people, are on naughty time. Vendetta 504 says, I got my notifications turned on, so I'm tuned in, baby. Thank you for tuning in from New Orleans, my favorite city in America.
Good to know.
P. Ravine, hi, thanks for joining. Cool guy here says, Sawadi Cop.
Sawadi Cop!
I love how you spelled it, cop. Sawadi Cop. Let me see. Patrick Bauer says it was 12:21 a.m. in Fort Worth, Texas. Why are you guys awake?
Cool for us.
Yeah, they're awake. I'm just so surprised. I was like, nobody's gonna be awake. Okay. Maybe says nice toes. I guess that's to you because I have my socks on.
Oh my goodness, sorry. Oh.
But you got them painted. I have mine covered. They're.
Okay, never mind. That's on.
Let's see. All right, I think we're pretty good with the chat.
Yes.
So, thank you guys for tuning in to this live stream, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, got some information from it. Hopefully it encourages or motivates somebody out there to travel and grow. Yes. And yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, please. And follow Aurora. Tell them what your channel name is.
Aurora Wanderlust.
Aurora Wanderlust on YouTube, guys. Go check her out. And again, I'm gonna add that to the description so you guys can click the link there as well.
Thank you.
And we're gonna get up out of here. We got some editing to do.
Yes.
Peace.
Ciao.
So I guess I gotta get up and actually turn it off.
I think so.
How do you?
Yep.